Hello, Internet. Lori's about to introduce our next knife.
Thanks, guys. We are here to talk about half-face blades. And on the table, not only do we have a fixed blade and a folder that a buddy of ours let us borrow, but we also have a bottle of wine that said person who owns the company makes.
What's the wine called?
It's a red blend, Warpaw wine.
All right, knife chop.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's bust these bad boys open.
Let's do an unboxing
Yeah.
here. Let's unbox the folder first. Should we do the folder first or should we do the fixed blade first?
I think we should do fixed blade first.
Let's do the fixed blade
He's done
first.
fixed blades a lot longer.
All right.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if there's a specific name for this knife, but I think that this was made custom for...
Yeah, this was made specifically custom for a friend of the
buddy.
shop.
We're going to keep that off camera so you guys can't see who it was.
Oh yeah, we shouldn't give
idea.
out his address.
Not a big deal. And I'm going to guess that it's S35 since he uses quite a bit of it.
Yeah, and it's not, we should mention, it's not marked, and since it was a custom, we just don't really way to Google it, so
Yeah.
we should have asked him, which
Yeah.
I didn't think
That's
to
okay.
do.
I enjoy the jimping style where it's like hammer blows.
But it is,
I think
nice.
it's all
That's nice.
contoured that way. I don't know if it's machined or
Yeah.
hand done, but the handles are all hand done.
So it's ivory, turquoise, and I can't see.
Looks like Koa.
Koa?
Yeah, it looks like Koa, so I'm gonna go ahead and guess Koa.
Or
Looks like
pretty
Koa,
maple.
tastes like Koa, smells like Koa.
Yeah, and it almost looks like it has like a Rocky Mountain grip style to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where you
yeah,
do
it's
the offset digs in it.
I mean, I've only ever seen his Instagram videos where it's all skulls and he just kind of moves
Yeah.
them around on there, so I know nothing about his knives. So what's the provenance about his fixed blades or knives in general?
They're tough as shit, but you wouldn't tell me. It's almost like the toughest knife you can make, but with like almost like a full custom knife maker handle. You know what I mean? Where you get materials like this, which you wouldn't normally see on a hard use knife. But that's kind of like that's his thing. It's like they're that good. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he makes knives for people to use. I mean, people definitely like buy them, collect them, don't use them, they sit around. But he makes knives and wants people to use them for his kitchen knives, his fixed blades, his tomahawks.
I didn't know they did kitchen knives.
They
Yeah.
do.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
He does not have a dealer portal. He sells directly to the public,
Okay.
which is great for him.
Sucks
He-
for us.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But he does like knife drops and stuff is gone. And like the last time he was up here, because he's been up here hunting a couple times. The last time he was up here, he said he posted all the knives online and they were gone in less than 10 minutes.
Oh wow.
Every single
Yeah.
knife on
So
there.
I'm assuming these are kind of like mid-techs where this is all machined, and then they hand
Yes.
finish it, maybe do the hand finish for that bee blast.
Well, he's got a shop full of guys.
So I think he also hires only veterans. And
Yeah,
I might be mistaken on that.
So I mean, it very well could be like done on because a lot of knife makers, a lot of them won't admit to it, but they'll use a jig. You know what I mean? So like you have a jig set up to do these grinds, so you bolt the jig to your grinder and you run through do your grinds, and then it's that keeps your uniform, your quality control, so that you don't have to, so you don't have to spend 35 hours making one knife just to get everything dead on.
Yeah.
So
What do we think about the leather?
I like it.
I do
it's pretty
too.
sweet.
Seems high quality.
Yeah.
I like the coloration on it too.
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of caramel coloring.
It's understated, which is kind of nice.
Mhm,
A lot
yeah.
of these guys put like little flares and fleur-de-lises and chevrons all over their shit.
Yeah, but I mean, the simplicity is nice. Less is more a little bit. It's very nice. I
You
like
can do
it.
scout carry or you can do belt carry.
Yeah, I mean that is a nice feature to be able to have both
Yep.
Yeah.
in such a simple, compact design without making it big and bulky.
Yep.
So his whole thing, I guess, is that he's Native American of some sort, and that he's also a former Navy SEAL.
Yep.
Which makes him, I guess when you do that, they basically just hand you a certificate that says you are now certified as a badass.
Here's your registration for your hands as lethal weapons. Is
Yeah,
that what
pretty
it is?
much. Here you go. You're now a walking weapon. Enjoy the rest of your life.
Oh, didn't he also model for Filson?
He did. That's the first time we've
That was the first time he came in the shop.
Yep.
Was when he was up here.
and he was an actor briefly, or still an actor?
I don't know.
in
I think
some
he.
movies?
Yeah, I think he was in Transformers.
Now he's a
Certified knife maker.
and winemaker.
Winemaker,
and winemaker.
and he owns an ammo company of some sort.
Wow, motherfuckers are about as busy as we are.
Yes, yes, he is.
All right.
My goal is to be busier, but
yeah.
we're just not as big.
All right, let's move on to
to the
So what
folder.
I'm really excited about.
I like the box.
Who wants to
the
do the
little touch of
unboxing?
red there?
Yeah.
And this is his his first folder, right?
This is first folder design, but this is technically a
Gen
Gen 3
Yep.
Yeah.
of this design. So yeah, actually the packaging
And
is
it's
real
the
nice.
subhuman piece of shit.
Yes.
Why is it called the subhuman piece of shit?
I don't know.
Why
He has
wouldn't
a
it
really
be?
fun sense of humor. So maybe that's why?
Is he just selling to mall ninjas and he's just...
Not at all.
No, Mall
No.
Ninjas wouldn't. Mall Ninjas couldn't afford
No.
quality like
Yeah.
he's making. But
And it's a billet piece of titanium.
yeah, so this is all monolithic.
Mm-hmm.
So no backspacers.
Oh, holy crap.
Yeah, no
Yep.
I thought that
backspacers,
was
nothing.
two pieces.
No, there's no seam down the back.
He did at first do 2 pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and they were having trouble with lockup and stuff.
Yeah, they're having like a high burn rate. So, but it's push button lockup, all monolithic. So no seam down the back. No, it's not
I guess that
put
kind of
together.
cost makes a little more sense when you take that into account.
Yeah, I mean, even look at like the Benchmade Anthem, which was a full factory knife, and
Yeah.
still was pushing this kind of
Yeah.
price.
You mentioned this when it came in. That clip is pretty cool, and I don't know if it's reversible.
It
It
is.
looks like it is.
It is, yeah.
And it looks stout. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to move around.
Yeah, I like the way
The
they did the
triangle.
inlay, and so the way that doing the triangle is a nice way to keep from like anybody who's carried a Hinder with a single point
Or
or
old
Chris
school
Reeve or
Ultratech.
something. Yeah, and they got that single screw point. Even Striders, they'll wiggle around,
Yeah.
but the triangle is a nice way to
Oh, and
solve
it
that
bolts
problem.
all the way through so you can
Yeah.
really torque that
Mm-hmm.
down.
Yeah, it's a really nice way to solve
Oh,
that
yeah.
problem. It's an ingenious design, and
Yeah,
it's a
it's kinda nice.
beefy clip too. So you're not gonna overspring it. It's really well built. S45.
S45.
And the Gen 3 doesn't have it has a higher grind than the original ones.
That I don't know. I haven't looked at the other ones. I didn't know that he was doing folders. I don't keep up with him as much as
Does he
some people.
make these in-house? Because I don't know if he has a CNC. He might be doing jigs and stuff.
Well, I don't. You're not doing a jig with something like this.
You need like 4th and 5th access.
I mean, you could, but God, man, I can't imagine running this on a 3-axis with several jigs because you're gonna have to jig it. You're gonna have to jig it this way, this way, this way. And you're gonna have 4 jigs because it's got on all 4 facets. It has machining.
Yeah.
So there's no way that you're gonna run this on a single 3 mil. Or,
Yeah.
not even close.
I couldn't find any information saying if he was milling folders in house.
Yeah.
There's a lot of machine shops in San Diego where he's based out of, so he could be outsourcing that, but I don't know.
I mean, they could be like outsourcing a handle or something and,
Yeah,
and
which is
doing the
wise.
blades.
Yep.
But yeah, they even make a point to say that it's a cutting and slashing blade. And if you look down the top of it, like from the camera above us, you can see how tapered that blade is. It's a super fine point. And so they make a point of saying it is not for prying and digging.
Yep.
You know, people will do it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how you get out there and dig with your karambit?
To be fair.
You could dig out somebody's eyeball, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
just tickle them in the ribs, dig out some stuff.
Dig out a spleen.
Yeah, that's what
Gross.
it's for. Hey, teach their own. Might make a good steak knife though.
It would.
If it wasn't on the ceramic plate, you know.
You'd look like a psychopath.
Yeah, kind of. That's all right.
But that's all right. I mean, it is. So you'd look like a subhuman piece of shit. That's what you'd look like.
There it is. That's how I get my
Cutting
name.
your
All right.
steak.
I think, I don't know, I don't quite agree with the handle and fitting certain size hands and under.
Oh well, I
As a
mean, that's,
karambit style
yeah.
knife.
I mean, that's kind of something you're gonna run into with karambits. I don't
Yeah.
have giant hands, and it fits me pretty well.
Reverse. Because the
Trying
loop,
to keep it in camera and not cut myself. There we go.
is it comfortable?
So you
Actually,
got a
yeah,
good amount
it
of room
is.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. And I like that angle right there that kind of stops as opposed to the full round on a normal karambit because
Yeah.
it really gives you a place to push on. You can really get some leverage on it, which is nice. The size is really well too as far as thickness and getting a grip on it. Especially if you're carrying a right-hand carry, you can kind of hook that clip right there, and it really gives you I feel like you could really torque it without spinning it in your hand and hurting your finger.
Nice.
I have small hands, so it's a little too big for me.
Like a carny, small hands.
I mean, I can almost use it like this.
Yeah.
I honestly would think this would be the bee's knees if it was just a standard flipper.
Oh, take the ring off the back.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason
Just
they couldn't
continue
make
out the handle a
Yeah.
little bit with a little bit of swell so it fits nicely in the palm. And that.
subhuman piece of shit Gen 4. There you go. You're just gonna make a standard handle in the back.
Just call it a fucking
He-
subhuman piece of
He
shit.
does have other folders on his website.
Yeah.
I mean, they drop and they're gone, so I don't know how likely you are to get something like that.
I do like the I do like that it's a flipper and a thumb stud.
Yeah.
So you kind of get your choice, but it doesn't feel, and they're kind of on the smaller side for a flipper trigger and for a thumb stud. So neither one of them kind of feel in the way or awkward using either one. It's kind of just as comfortable both ways.
It also might be a bit of location for your hands because your adrenaline's pumping, you don't know what you're doing. Oh, I'm on the blade, stud.
However you get it out, you get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that could be too, just to deploy it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do too.
I think it's pretty fun.
I do too.
I want more of his fixed blades in the shop.
Good luck.
Well, everybody does.
Definitely not my style of knife, but
we do.
I can
appreciate
appreciate.
it,
Yeah, I can
yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
is for
And
sure.
it's on ball bearings, so it's smooth, and they're captive ball bearings too. So, no, it's a captive stop pin too. So when you look at the back, there's no. I mean, there's a pin here. It says, oh no, that's the button. So there's no stop pin for the blade. So the stop pin is actually pressed into the blade and is in a channel inside the titanium
Oh, that's
as
pretty
the
cool.
stop,
Yeah.
instead of using a second stop pin next to the button.
Yeah. I don't imagine replacing the titanium handle would be cheap at all.
Yeah, I don't imagine even assembly would be easy, being that this is, then it's one piece of billet titanium. It's got to be a pain in the butt. But it's smooth. It's
They made it.
it's ball
It's
bearings, and
impressive
it's
machining.
S45. They claim 58, 59 Rockwell on
And
the
then
steel, which is good.
The custom nitrate.
Yeah, the nitrate coating,
62?
claiming a 62 on the hardness on that coating, which is impressive. Which would mean you'd get a little bit more abrasion resistance out of it without messing with your cutting edge there. The coating would add a little bit of that.
How many people do you think are actually going to use that?
This is gonna. How many people are gonna not just take it out of their safe every once in a while and pet it and put it back in?
Casey.
That's what I picture. Casey, I can see Casey carrying that on duty.
I don't think that he would. It's not a cheap knife.
No, it's not at all. I think, what are they? They're 500, right?
$500
Yeah, about $500
I
bucks.
mean, every cop I know just carries a Kershaw Link or a Kershaw Blur.
Mm.
And they carry like a colorful rainbow version that doesn't look tactical or offensive because like people get upset about that. So
Yeah,
they carry
yeah.
pink ones and green ones and purple ones.
Hey, yeah, thank you, Casey, for letting us borrow your knives.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate it. All right, anybody got anything to add?
I think that's it.
Wine's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm about done. All right, cheers, y'all.